Richard Corbett MEP. Clearly very interesting times for the UK, for the EU, for the European Union as a whole following David Cameron's so-called deal and his defence of that deal and the announcement of the referendum on the 23rd of June. I suppose I'm going to have to ask you a direct question first of all. Which way would you like it to go?
I believe Britain should remain in the European Union. It's in Britain's interest. It's also good for the whole of Europe to have a structure that enables this group of neighbouring countries to work together on common problems to find common solutions.
It must be an interesting time for you, however, seeing the fact that the Conservative Party may well split itself in two, what with the fact that people like Boris Johnson are coming out to say that they are going to vote to leave. Will you take pleasure in the Conservative Party splitting itself in two?
Well, you're right, it's split from top to bottom, and it would be very easy for me in the Labour Party, which is pretty united on this, that we should remain in the European Union, to sit back and enjoy their civil war, a civil war which actually is the cause of this process in the first place. But that would be to overlook the national responsibility we have here. Whatever happens to the Conservative Party, it is in Britain's vital national interest for our economy, for our safety, for jobs, for dealing with environmental questions, for all kinds of reasons that we remain in the European Union.
But how does it feel for you as a Socialist and Democrat MEP, to be standing four square with the Conservatives? It must be an interesting experience.
Well, I'm scarcely standing full square with the Conservatives. Nobody can. They're split down the middle. They're riven down the middle. They're fighting each other most of the time. While they are fighting each other, the rest of us will get on with making the case for Britain to remain in the European Union.
What do you think the chances are? Which way do you think it will go? Do you believe that people will vote to stay, the sensible vote, or the other side of the coin? Do you believe that perhaps people will vote to leave in the UK? Let's face it, the UK is perhaps not particularly enamoured of the European Union at present.
Well, nobody says the European Union is perfect. It's a political battleground, just as the UK is. I don't think the UK is perfect either, but we're trying to improve things at all levels of governance. Same with the European Union. But in terms of the campaign and who will win, your question, I think, depends on whether we manage to get a fact-based campaign across, because the facts speak in one direction. We should stay in.
And Richard, in our media-savvy world, I understand that you're introducing an app concerning your campaign to stay in the EU. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
I do indeed. I have an app called DoorstepEU, ready for talking about the European Union on the doorstep with people. It's got all the key issues, it's got myth-busting, and it analyses what's in the news, what you journalists get up to. Is this story true? Is it not true? And if it's not true, which sadly they sometimes are, it gives not just a rebuttal, it gives links to evidence in each case so people can see for themselves.
And it's called DoorstepEU, is that correct?
DoorstepEU, easy to find on Google, download it, it's free, so good value for money. You can get it from the App Store, or you can easily find it on Google, works on Android as well.